we did it, Joe. And like this is kind of a creative flyer. Like again, I hate both of them. I hate Trump and I hate Kamala Harris, but this is a clever a flyer right there of a laughing Kamala in front of damage. And here's you want something cringy that I think why they lost. I'm sorry, but like this is the Avengers doing like a call to support Kamala Harris, which I mean, it's always cringy when celebrities want to talk about this sort of thing. But like this was extra fucking cringy because like you dragged the Avengers name through the mud right now for no reason, and she lost. So like this is extra embarrassing for everyone involved. This gave me when Gal Gadot did like Imagine during COVID. Imagine all the this is exactly that, but for election cycle.
Hi, you guys. Hi, Avengers.
Hey, Scarlett.
Jumping on the call.
Whoa. I think you mean assembling.
Oh my God.
I said assembling.
Don, that's pretty good.
No, they thought it was funny.
Scarlett, it is our pleasure to come together and to get the vote out this election done.
Yeah, how can we be of service?
Well, how about we start with what our voting plans are going to be, who we're going to bring to the polls with us, that sort of thing. Just
I think Kamala Harris needs a catchphrase.
Ooh, yes, definitely a catchphrase.
How about this? I'm just off the top of my head. I can do this all day.
Shut up.
I hate it.
Okay.
I mean, it's original, but
What about something punchier like,
Oh, boom. You looking for this?
Iron Man 2, everybody loved it.
okay, again, I think we're just trying to get out the vote.
Kamala forever.
That's better.
Okay,
was the
how
most
about
painful
I'm
one.
down with democracy? It's just clean, it's simple.
Okay, I like that.
It's hard to argue with that.
Kamala Harris down with democracy.
Oh, yeah. I'm Kamala Harris, and I say down with democracy.
I don't know if that sounds the way we want it to sound, though.
I think we just need, can we get some production though?
Jarvis?
My name's not Jarvis, but whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. Down with democracy.
Down with democracy.
Is that what we mean, though?
Yeah, together we're gonna tear down democracy.
Will you stop playing heroic music under yourselves?
Okay, this is gonna get copyright. Ooh. Well, it's not that bad. Look, I mean, they're being nice. I like most of these actors. I used to, at least. Are they Zionists? I don't know. Mark Ruffalo. We like Mark Ruffalo. We know for sure he's not a Zionist. Everyone else,
what is
stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Cringe as fuck.
It's cringy, man. It's cringy. You know what I mean? And you don't do that to the Avengers. Like, and there was like a funny tweet. So like bring the Donald Trump.
Avengers.
No, someone like it was like Donald Trump should bring the Justice League together. And like, oh my God, bro. DC versus Marvel. Oh, here's some racist Democrats. So you want to see like Democrats freaking out, and as soon as their candidate loses, like they go full mask off. Here's a guy called Greg. So Greg says, and Greg has gay flags next to his name. He says, "Fuck Latinos and Arabs." There, I said it. Hope you all get deported and banned. And then when you open Greg's Twitter account, just to like sort of see what Greg is all about. LGBTQ, proud Democrat, anti-fascist, anti-Trump, married to Matt for 27 years, pro-democracy, blah, blah, blah. So like he's a, Democrat, open-minded. He's got a cute little cat on his profile. You know what I mean? But like when push comes to shoves, fuck Arabs, fuck Latinos. I hope they all get deported. Well, Greg, thank you for your support.
I think that's the general sentiment in the U.S.
Usually, here's some more Democrats like losing their shit. Here's a guy called J Bro Music. Fuck them. I hope they all get deported, and I can't wait until Netanyahu gets the green light to turn Gaza into a parking lot.
Oh my God.
As opposed to what, motherfucker? Gaza is already a parking lot, bro. Hey, that she came in and they're all like, well, now see what's gonna happen to fucking Gaza now. I'm like, bro, we're getting bombed right now. Like, هلا من ساعة رج البيت because there was a fucking explosion. What are you talking about, bro? Here's Nathan Allen. Hope they make a parking lot out of Gaza, Lamau.
It's a little parking lot. Fuck. It's weird.
Team deathmatch. Weapons free, people. Lay some hate on them.
Looking great. I don't know if I have the. I don't know if I can give it 4 years. Walls. Blue. There's not enough monster energy. Go away.
Do that again! I fucking dare you!
Whoa.
Down!
Ooh, what's for dinner? It's za time. Y'all got some za in here. Ew. Oh. It's in the kitchen. Yep. I go up this. Oh, cool. Oh shit. There. Oh, friendly. Yep.
Nice. We're pulling ahead.
Oh. Get shot up.
What's your problem? Triggering scout pulse.
Let's go.
Lost the lead.
Oh, who are you? Shit. No idea what to do there. I didn't know there was water down there when I first jumped. I should have assumed so. There's water all up into this map. Shut up. Shit about the score. But yeah, we're here.
Enemy in the open.
Oh. God. I don't like this man. I'm just gonna say it. You have. I hate that you have to deal with a lot of water. Not a big fan of water. I mean, in video games, I like water. You drink the shit out of it. I like to bathe too. I love water so much. I just bathe in it. Oh, water. But yeah, water in this map sucks, man. Look at all this. Like, right through the main part. I'm sorry, if you're in the water, you're just dead. Like, I can just sit here and wait for enemies to swim by and just pop, pop, pop. Make your teeth go pop, 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 pop. Oh. I know! Come see, I'm your friendly. Damn it, did I just use my... Yep. Brutal. Still made. Where?
Enemy RCXD detected.
Where? Oh, down here? Boom! That was nice.
Driving RCXD.
It's not nice. That shit coming like a trillion miles away. Still here. Who is this? Oh. There. Having trouble? Let's go. What you doing, buddy? I'm gonna back up. I'm supposed to explode. Kinda like the... I'll probably eventually, like, back to a frag or something. Good. That impact grenade's kind of fun. Like a slap in, like the grenade version of a slap to the face. See, I don't like this. I reload. Oh.
Movement.
Gotcha. Gonna get me.
Injecting stim.
Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no. I'm out of impact grenades.
Eyes on enemy. Ice the sharpshooter. Scout pulse activated. Let's make
If I can jump my way out of that one. Should not be wearing like a bright yellow. I mean, it's cool and all, but it's kind of asking to get shot. This game is fucking like, but it, what? Nope. Yep. Gotcha. Jeff footsteps. It's the enemy. Wow, enemy. Enemy? Buddy. My
This
knife.
is me being nice.
That you be nice.
ICXD rolling out.
Seems a little weird. But it being nice. Stabbing someone in the face. Chill. Hey. Give me those.
Marksman smoked.
Don't make any goons. Nice little slide you did there. Oh, wow, hey. Madman. Mad lad. Or late. Mad late. Oh, sorry, buddy. Oh. Tripping over this RCXD. See, there's. Okay, we're gonna get sneak. Intel. Now I look like one of the bad guys. Where's quote unquote my team?
Hostile scout pulse in your AO.
Shit. Whoa, friendly. Tricked you.
Clock's ticking, Black Ops. Close this shit down.
Check. Oh my god, that was harder than it should have been. Can't run behind the wall. Shut the oh,
we've taken control.
Using scout pulse.
Oh, shit, I'm out of everything.
This shit ain't working. We've lost the advantage.
Dude, I'm down by 2.
Impact grenade drop.
Shit. Ugh, where's my...
I don't believe in bad luck. Just bad aim. Get
Really,
that
Marshall?
shit.
These are your best?
Oh, best stupid.
Suck Beria. I hope Gaza gets turned into a parking lot. Like everyone's sharing the parking lot. Democrat Rick, them too. I hope Trump turns Gaza into a parking lot now because they're blaming the Arab voters or people who didn't vote because of the genocide. A lot of Democrats are angry about that. Centrist Democrats. So like, yeah, even I on Twitter, like I got someone who watches the show is like, bro, it's gonna be even worse for Arabs. I'm like, okay, but like, dude, we're literally getting bombed now. Like they're like, it's gonna be worse. You can't tell an Arab it's gonna be worse when we've literally witnessed a genocide. The whole situation sucks. We're having to choose between genocide and a slightly worse genocide is pretty fucking shitty. But that doesn't mean we should settle and vote for the genocide. Like that is literally what we're trying to say. And fuck Democrats who think like this. And Democrats are gonna blame people who voted for Jill Stein, even though Jill Stein got like.
She got no electoral votes.
She got like 500,000 votes total in the whole country, and Kamala lost by 5 million. It's not like these votes would have made any difference, bro. Like Kamala was just a shitty candidate with nothing to offer. When Kamala Harris ran in 2020, bro, she got fucking trounced and she dropped out of the election fucking early because she didn't win a single state, not even her own state. So she's a deeply unlikable person. The only reason she got chosen for vice president was because they wanted a black lady. Literally, they wanted a black woman to fill that role because they didn't want a white woman and for it to seem racist. Like literally, there's a representative called like Clyburn in one of the states that Biden needed to win, and he was only going to give Biden his support on the condition that like he would pick like a black VP, and I think that was Harris. No one liked her, and if Biden wanted to pick someone that people actually liked, he would have picked someone that did better in the primary. He literally just picked the one that fit sort of the profile that they wanted. So that's it when it comes to Trump. I mean, this is still, the announcement came a little bit earlier today, so we don't have a lot of information, a lot of stats, but it's going to be interesting seeing reactions across the states, across.
Hardpoint.
Hello.
Remind those shitheads who they're dealing with. Hardpoint is secure.
Kitty, I'm playing games. Kitty. No, Kitty. Sorry, Frank. No.
Neutralizado. Captured the hardpoint.
Yeah, I'll get you something, man. I'll get you, yeah, I'll get you a treat. Just, I got enemies on.
Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint identified. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint active. Hardpoint locked down.
Wait.
Hardpoint is secure.
Go back. I was trying to give my baby cats sweet treats. And it was a disaster.
Hardpoint locked down.
Massacre. Whoa.
Hostile RCXD in your AO. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint located.
That's a board. I say, press the thumbs.
Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
I think,
Hardpoint is secure.
Here we go.
need for well, no, it's, dogs seem to have like a good. Don't have thumbs. They have tails. Wag like a motherfucker. Hi. Oh. I was about to go.
Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
What's up?
Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint active. Hardpoint locked down. Move.
Off the movement.
Okay. I get it. Shit.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Shot in the head, buddy.
Assault back here.
Should have come correct.
So that's what.
Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint located. Hardpoint is active. Hostiles on the hardpoint. Hardpoint
Terrible.
locked down.
Oh. Terrible. Difference. I'm one of you guys. But you, don't worry about it. Oh, hi. You're sneaky.
Hostiles have
Oh,
captured the
friendly,
hardpoint.
friendly.
TACOM, I need eyes
Friendly.
overhead.
Got it.
Hardpoint is secure.
Oh,
Hardpoint identified.
that perk's low key. They should take it out.
On the hardpoint.
I don't see anyone else using it. It's like I haven't gotten caught off guard. And I use it. It's usually like a guaranteed double or triple kill.
Driving RCXD.
I'm using it.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint located.
Here we go.
Black drone. Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint locked down.
Okay.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Impact. Hey, deliver him.
Hardpoint is secure.
Good job. Bitch.
Hostiles on the hardpoint. Enemy RCXD detected. Hardpoint identified. Enemy UAV inbound. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint active.
My cat's like, you're good.
We got a rat.
With my help.
Someone find that fucking traitor.
Best.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
Come on.
Enemy scout pulse detected. Hardpoint located.
Target caught my smoke.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Impact. Damn, not a very good impact. Good impact. Might have to switch that up.
Hardpoint locked down.
Uh-oh.
Requesting recon
My
above.
snobby video. At least near the Google. I hate so I'll get like notifications like the videos and it's annoying. Their algorithm as far as like what they're trying to recommend. I've been
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
oh,
Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint is secure.
I'm gonna change out this bright yellow please shoot skin. It's almost spy time. Alright, so what are we up to? What's the story? And I get myself away. So it's worth it.
Hardpoint is secured. God damn, I lose the victory. Hotel Sierra.
In the bag.
That was mine. Oh, that's
all
a
I will
short.
say is this: if you're from a marginalized background, if you're a trans person, if you're a woman of color, if you're an undocumented migrant in the chat right now, and you're thinking like, "Holy." Are we absolutely cooked? What do we do? These are the same exact questions that people were thinking about in 2016 as well. And I think that Donald Trump is worse than he is in 2016 now because he's got like a vendetta. Overall, you just got to rely on your neighbors, rely on your friends, rely on people in your orbit to protect one another. You just got to look out for one another. Obviously, our institutions are failing us. I mean, that much is very clear. The Democratic Party has failed us. Once again, there is not really much else I can say other than you just got to hold steadfast to your opinion and not shy away from your moral compass and organize all the time, organize everywhere, and you know, we'll all make it through, I hope. All I will say is
Fucking yikes. God damn. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. I'm terrified. Straight up.
Like what's going to happen? People are freaking out. Leftist media and everyone's kind of freaking out. And this also just goes to show that the left needs to step it up when it comes to digital media and outreach to people, because like Republicans have that down. All young men, all of these podcasts that young men are listening to, like all I can think of is like Hassan on the left, who's like a male who like does a popular leftist show. There's no one else. Republicans have like the Daily Wire, that they have fucking like Joe Rogan, the Milk Boys, all that sort of shit. Aiden Ross, all these streamers, all of this right-wing leaning stuff. The left needs to step it up, man. Step it the fuck up, and really it makes you appreciate people like Hassan so much more, because like they're the only ones out there sort of like doing this and fighting a good fight. So. And if we can do anything to help, but like I was never going to be one to encourage anyone to vote for Kamala Harris. Again, us being Arabs, we're the exception in this case. You guys should understand. Okay, enough election talk for now. Let's get into some Twitter drama, Lebanese Twitter drama. This is a character that we've talked about a bunch. I've beefed with this person on Twitter. She's blocked me before on my old account, and now I have a new Twitter account, so she's not blocked me on there yet. Her name is Rida Arnaout. She's an influencer, but like I don't know what she's famous for, but like she's not big on Twitter, but she's big on Instagram. I know she's like an athletic like climber, stuff like that. She climbs.
Twitter person.
And she's famous on Instagram for stuff. Anyways, she kind of went viral for sharing this tweet a few days ago. It was Halloween, a few days ago, and people in Lebanon we're not sure whether we should celebrate or not, because the country's getting bombed. South Lebanon is getting bombed. Beirut is getting bombed. People are dying by the thousands. It's kind of weird to go out and party when stuff like that is happening.
Did you see anyone celebrating?
I personally didn't see anyone celebrating, and I don't know anyone that celebrated personally.
Actually.
But there's still people that are going to celebrate. And look, I'm not going to be one to judge people. I personally would not go out and party when stuff like that is happening. You know what I mean? I feel weird, I feel awkward. I haven't been out to even like have dinner at a restaurant since the war started in Lebanon. But I'm not going to judge people that go out. I remember my mom used to tell me like during the Civil War, my mom used to go out and party in the Civil War in Lebanon. And I never used to think twice about it when she used to tell me that. Again, to me, that used to be kind of badass. Like, oh yeah, Lebanese people are so resilient. Nothing can stop them. But like, now that I'm an adult, I wouldn't do that. To be fair, I'm not someone that goes out clubbing anyways. So I'm not a huge fan of clubbing. So when there's no war, I don't go clubbing. So when there's a war, I'm definitely not gonna go clubbing. But for people who love going to party and stuff, if it's some kind of release for them, like, I'm not gonna complain. There's way more important things to do than complain about what people want to do in their free time. What I would say is maybe don't share it on social media. Be kind of sensitive. And if you're going out to like have a fancy dinner, or if you're going out to party, be considerate of the fact that what your country is going through, and maybe don't flaunt it on social media. That's the most that I would tell people. So Lida shared this picture of people sort of at a Halloween party or something. And they say during this Halloween weekend, and they're listing sort of events that you can go to for Halloween. She says, which is basically like if she's spitting on something, you say, phew. That's, you write it down as spit on Twitter. What a sick, apathetic society. How can you even party when half of the country is still under the rubble? Again, one more spit for good measure. She's disgusted by these people who want to go party on Halloween during a war. Look, I mean, it's a fair sentiment. You can think that. I wouldn't publicly talk about it, at least not anymore. Maybe a long time ago I would have bitched about something like that, but to me, like, this is so not important anymore. But she got a funny reply, and let's check that out. Jared Kushner Leb says, you were at a concert a few days ago. So that's kind of a burn right there. And she has to respond. She's like, I was in a concert that I bought the tickets for a year ago when I was sitting in my seat crying at depressing music. See how much she has to justify herself now? Which she would not have had to do had she not like thrown the first stone. And like, what's the saying? Like, if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. And like, this is exactly what she did. She's out having fun going to concerts and then complaining when other people go partying. So only she's justifying, well, I bought the tickets a year ago while I was sitting and crying. You don't need to be justifying any... If you weren't insulting other people, you wouldn't have to sit here now and like explain yourself. So I was at a concert that I bought the tickets for a year ago while I was sitting in my seat crying at depressing music. I wasn't celebrating Halloween while partying and dancing and getting drunk. Yalla, add that to the notes you're keeping about me. Lol.
Damn. That's so funny.
It's so funny, like, it's kind of immature. Like, you start...
violent.
It's like, bro, it's like you're complaining, and you're literally at a concert. Like, you can't go to a concert and then complain about people going to a party. I'm sorry.
My totally personal story is valid, and my experiences are only valid. Yours are not.
Exactly.
Don't go party.
Walid Emri replied and grabbed a couple of photos of Rida and shared them on Twitter. He said, 21 hours ago, you were enjoying yourself and living the time of your life. Why can't others? One, the Insta content is different from this platform, so I guess she shared these on Instagram. She's having a good time, as she should. She's like climbing a mountain, etc. She's an adventure. So then, now she has to explain herself again. And again, don't throw stones if you're doing shit like that. So she's like, that's literally my job. I own an adventure travel company, and no, Habibi, this is not the same as dancing and partying 30 minutes away from the rubble. But again, do whatever the hell you want. So now it's like justifying. I'm farther away from the rubble, so I can dance. Or I can go out and have fun. You're too close to it, so you should stay home and complain and cry.
Bro, by the way, does she know how many people actually lost their job because clubs,
Yeah, I mean, look, that is fair. I don't really feel bad. Like, I feel bad for people who lose their jobs, but like, some industries are gonna eat shit when there's war. Like, to me, it's just weird to go to a club. But like, of course, I feel bad for someone losing their job. You know what I mean? But does that mean I want to go to a club to make sure that the bartender has a job? No. Maybe let someone else do it. I'm not gonna yell at the guy who wants to go to the bar. You know what I mean? But like,
I mean, I know, just the circle is gonna complete itself. You don't have to go to a bar. Someone else will. Just don't talk shit about people, especially during these times. I know.
And if she wanna use this argument about this is my job, I work at in the club. The last time I had an income was literally 2 weeks before the war. I didn't have any income.
Yeah, clubs haven't reopened in Lebanon, have they?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so people are struggling. And again, like, just because I don't like going to clubs doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and judge people. You know what I mean? Even and I think it's kind of fucked up to go party when there's a war. But like, again, if it's going to help make someone feel better, bro, they're not harming me at the end of the day. I'm fucking chilling at home. I'm doing my thing. If someone's out of the party, it's not going to change my life. So Walid responds to he does.
Oh my God.
And he says, so it's okay for you to work, but people in the entertainment industry shouldn't. Of course, people will do what the hell they want because they won't be waiting permission from a double-faced, attention-seeking person.
Going out.
So that's kind of where it ended. So yeah, I figured we could talk about it. Like, yeah, I have not been going out. I'm not judging people who are going out unless they're putting it in your face. You know what I mean? Or they're like fucking shoving it in your face. Like, yeah, I went to a party. I had this for dinner. I had that. Look at my amazing life. When it's like, maybe keep it in your pocket for now. Don't talk about it.
Yeah, like, for example, I can talk about something. I don't know, like, this past week, mainly Friday, was my whole Instagram feed was filled with people going back to their normal life, going back to party, and all the cities from Junia, like in the northern Lebanon. The clubs opened, and now there was this week between the clubs that are in Beirut and not South Lebanon, Beirut and Junia. And they're super funny. For example, Beirut's club is closed. Okay, so
Enemy
I'm going to go to all the
It's getting normalized again. The war is starting to fade into the background, and people are going back to their day-to-day lives.
Before this is literally the cringiest shit ever. Like they edit Beirut with the summer and Beirut and all the footages deja are in Beirut. It's not even in Beirut.
But I do feel like people are going back to normal. Like you can kind of use Instagram
100%,
stories about like what the sentiment is, and people are back to posting their food. People are back to posting their outings, back to posting that.
Even universities is so fucked. And today I had the class. Today, literally, whenever this huge bomb exploded, I was having a one-on-one with the teacher, and then the sound went boom, and we went crazy. For like 2 seconds, we looked through the window. I told her, yeah, it's an explosion. Then I came back and I showed her my assignment.
Then it's back to normal. Yeah, you can't linger on it. Yeah, we got to move on. Yeah, back to work. We got capitalism, baby. We got a school, everything. So yeah, Rida, I hope she doesn't block me again, because she always gets into some interesting Twitter beefs.
She's gonna.
But like, I didn't say nothing. I'm just saying, if you're gonna throw stones, just make sure you don't live in a glass house.
Don't be a hypocrite.
Anti-Semitism. So I've seen. Look, we talk about H3, and he's always complaining about a rise in anti-Semitism, but like tensions are high across the world. There's a rise in anti-Semitism and Islamophobia.
Okay, we're gonna talk about actual anti-Semitism.
Actual anti-Semitism, yeah. Not like cafes refusing service and stuff like that. So here's the story. I'm seeing all of this stuff on like Twitter, for example. But let's just watch a few of these videos. And like, I disagree with what's happening here, by the way. Like, this is extremely fucked up. Here is someone who walked into like a Jewish deli or a Jewish cafe, and he's just harassing like someone sitting there. Let's watch it.
No, do you support it or not? Get out. If you're reporting, you're gonna post it? Do you support it or do you not support it?
I don't need to answer to you. You're not interrogating me. I don't need to answer to you. You're coming and harassing people. You're coming and harassing people eating breakfast. I'm here with my baby. I'm getting harassed by this guy who just walks up from the street.
Tack on. Mission
and starts harassing random people. Get a life. Get a life.
You guys are killing babies. You guys are killing.
Yeah. Why are you coming into a Jewish store? Why are you coming into a Jewish store?
This is a Jewish store?
Yeah, it's kosher. It's kosher. What black neighborhood? This is America. Jewish kosher food. Get a life. Get a life. Get a life. Something's very bad is happening to your friends over at H groups. Hezbollah, Hamas. Your friends, yeah, they're your friends. Human beings. Go look at the footage of October 7 and tell me they're human beings.
Oh, one day justifies 365 days of pure bombing.
I'm not engaging.
They're both making bad points right now.
Look at this place.
Guys trying to kill JFK.
He walks in there.
Trying to assassinate Trump.
He looks at the coast.
You guys are evil. Jewish people are evil. I think Hitler was onto something.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yikes, bro. All right, yeah, you crossed that line, man. Crossed the line. There was wasn't on anything. You obviously don't know fuck all about. And you're just. It's even hard to say their heart's in the right place because that was just up. Let's see what. Not worry. Folks have to say.
So I mean, he's going completely anti-Semitic. He said, "You guys killed JFK. You guys tried to kill Trump, like the Jews, basically." And Hitler was onto something. So this is completely unacceptable, obviously. But it's just showing you, like, and he's like, this is the equivalent of someone walking into like a like an Arab cafe or like a Middle Eastern cafe, you know what I mean? Like a halal shop, and like harassing an Arab or a Muslim person just because of something they saw on the news. So this is horrible. This is what happens when Israel does all of this in the name of Judaism, and they start conflating anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism. You get people like this guy who, part of him, he means well. He's like, he sees what's happening on TV. He sees a year of genocide, and he's like, this is fucked up. But then he's mixing it in with anti-Semitism, and like, you guys tried to kill JFK, and Hitler was right. It all gets fucked up. But things like this are happening all over the US, all over the world. I saw this in Madrid over Halloween. Someone dressed up as like an Israeli, which, okay, I mean, there's an Israeli flag, there's a blood splattered on the flag, I get that, there's a dead baby, but then he's got like a nose, like a stereotypical like fucked up nose with like the curls of like a traditional Hasidic Jew. So this person, this to me is an anti-Semitic costume. You know what I mean? Like, I get the political statement behind it, and I respect it, but I do not respect the rest of the costume and sort of the caricature of Jewish people. So again, it's not okay to see someone walking around in a costume like this, I think, in like Madrid in 2024. What do you guys think? Like, this is clearly a racist costume, and I think this is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, what do they expect? I know this is of their own doing, and what they do to us is going to happen to them. So they think all of us are Hamas terrorists or Hezbollah terrorists. So,
but I
think it's just like the normal course of action that people will also like not care if a Jew is not a Zionist.
Exactly, and people shouldn't, like, if you see a Jewish person, it doesn't give you the right to like interrogate them, like, hey, are you a Zionist or not? Like, that's also kind of fucked up. Like, it's none of your business. I mean, it is weird for Palestinians living in the States and then being surrounded by like Zionists. It must be horrifying and terrifying for them, but like, how do you don't even know who's a Zionist? Like, you have to talk to people to know. So don't follow Jewish people and be like, hey, are you a Zionist or not, bro? Just like, you got to stay out of it. It's important for us to call this out, because when you see people like Ethan Klein constantly conflating anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism, I think as Arabs, it's important for us to call out anti-Semitism when we see it, to just like prove to you guys like, hey, we know what the fuck we're talking about. We're not crazy anti-Semitic fucking freaks. We know the difference between Judaism, we love Jews, we love all religions, and Zionism, okay? There's a couple other incidents that I want to talk about. Here's a tweet by Henry K. Jonathan Hirsch, wearing a Star of David hat, the guy on the right, was kicked out of Jerusalem Coffee House in North Oakland by owner. Oakland police are investigating whether this was a hate crime, so let's watch the video.
This gentleman asked me to leave because of my hat. You're being this is a violent hat, and you need to leave. My hat is it's violent. It's violent. I'm sorry. Need to leave. This man cannot ask me to leave because I can. It's my business, bro. No, he can't. It's my business. You can't refuse someone. I can. Yes, I can. You can't refuse service for a protected class, and he's asking me to leave because of a Magen David Dome, which is my Magen David, which is a Jewish star. He can't ask me to leave because of my religion. He can't ask me to leave because of that. Yes, you are. You said, are you a Zionist? You said. Are you a Zionist? I don't have to identify myself by my belief. Excuse me. Get out. Please back away from me. Get out. Yes, he does if he's asking me to leave based on a protected class. Are you really, like, I'm sitting here quiet. We were sitting here quietly playing. I don't. You're wrong. Call the police. I don't. They're wrong. Call the police. You're going to have a lawsuit. I don't. You're wrong. Call the police. Yeah, I'll call the cops on you, bro. Do it. Even though it's against my ethos, I'm gonna call the cops. Do it. Call the cops. You can get an education today about your ignorance.
You see the shop owner, the cafe owner, literally like walking up to the guy and be like, are you a Zionist? You can't see a Jewish person and be like, are you a Zionist? If you are, you need to get out of my coffee shop. This is like the equivalent of bakeries refusing to sell gay couples cakes. This was a whole big controversy in the States. Now, the guy's wearing a Star of David hat. Like, again, I blame Israel for this, because they have the Star of David on their flag, and in the name of Judaism, they're out there slaughtering people. So you see this guy who might be related to someone in Palestine, you see someone walking in with that hat, he's gonna take it as an insult. Now, you shouldn't see a religious symbol and normally take it as an insult. If you see a cross, you shouldn't get riled up. If you see crescent moon, you shouldn't get riled up and yell at Muslims. But like, this guy saw a Star of David, and it just made him think of, like, he said, your hat is violent. Like that, people are associating the Star of David with violence, death, and genocide. And this is all, you can blame all of that on Israel. But it does turn out that this guy, Jonathan Hirsch, the guy who was wearing the Star of David hat, apparently he is known for going to like businesses and getting in trouble. Like, this isn't his first incident where he's filming himself and getting into an argument with a business owner. So first, here's someone who is talking about the Palestinian coffee shop that the guy was at. He says this is Elon Mizrahi says this establishment is a small, sweet, and quiet Palestinian cafe, which I happen to know. I was there and I said I was originally from Israel. I was not refused service, and when they came to learn a little bit more about who I am, an interesting conversation took place. It is a small Muslim and Palestinian neighborhood coffee. Going there with this hat where nobody wants anything to do with you, to mock dead Palestinian babies and the inability of Muslims to stop the mass murder is a sadistic, disgusting act well worth of a Zionist. So this guy says that the dude went there on purpose, wearing the hat to like rile people up, to get them angry, to kind of shove it in their face. I don't know if that's true, but apparently the guy is a notorious dude who like goes into cafes and like businesses and gets in trouble and shares them online. I don't have the rest of the videos, but if you look it up, he's done it a bunch of times. But again, I don't think the situation is right at all, and you shouldn't walk up to a Jewish person and be like, hey, are you Zionist? Get out of my business. Dude.
I mean, a similar thing happened last week. We reacted to the guy with the Palestinian hat in the game.
Yeah, they got kicked out of like a football game or something.
This got way more traction.
This is in Istanbul, in Turkey. It's like a bookstore. Like Jews not allowed. With like an Israeli flag crossed out. Like, this is fucked up. This is like reminiscent of like the 40s in America, like segregation, like blacks and coloreds not allowed. Get back in the line. Like, this is fucked up, bro. But as much as you hate Israel, you can't be like Jews not allowed. And like, and what are you gonna have a sign outside that says like Zionists not allowed, and you ask every Jewish person if they're a Zionist or not? Like, this is all a very slippery slope. But again, this is all as a direct result of the genocide in Gaza and the actions of the Israeli government, the IDF, and Netanyahu.
But also, things up in this the guy wearing the gloves and the guy wearing the David store hat. Like, for example, he knew that this is a constant thing, so you can't go and to stuff is,
he's being a dick. I mean,
he's being a dick, and
I guess like
they can't do it.
But are you not allowed to wear a Star of David hat anymore in the Palestinian establishment? I mean, I get why it's sensitive.
Not like this situation. No, you can't.
I guess not, but he should be able to. I mean, in my opinion, you should be able to, because the Star of David should not represent Israel. It should represent Judaism. But the problem is everything's getting conflated. You know what I mean? You should be able to wear a Star of David hat and go to Palestinian capital.
Yeah, theoretically, but you just don't do it. And you can just read the place.
Yeah, I mean, you should have probably...
He's obviously done that on purpose.
Ethically speaking.
So fucked up.
And here is finally at a Portuguese cafe, a Zionist tried to get someone kicked out for saying to Palestine, and then the waitress had a funny reaction. So check it out.
Why?
Because you are mistreating the customers?
Then you said free Palestine?
Yes.
Oh, then.
Control of Bravo.
See?
Lockdown A.
Said free Palestine.
So as soon as the waitress found out that like the guy was just saying free Palestine, she's like, oh, you can keep going. We don't need to kick you out. You're good. And here's a tweet by Rania Khaled talking about sort of what we're talking about, the Star of David and what it represents. I'm just going to read this tweet right now. There's now a debate online about the offensiveness of Arabs who are put off by the Star of David. Those claiming that this attitude is based in bigotry are gaslighting all of us. A settler country has prominently displayed the Star of David on its flag, its fighter jets, its tanks, its soldiers' uniforms. Its fighters leave Star of David graffiti alongside racist, hateful messages on the homes they desecrate, trash, steal, and demolish. Israeli settlers have literally burned the Star of David into the skin of their victims. It's not bigotry behind the increased horror at the symbol, it's fear. Arabs are scared of it because people who use it the most are literally burning Arab children and then taunting them under the banner of the Star of David. If this dynamic upsets you, take it up with Zionists whose most cherished symbol is essentially the Star of David. It is not lost on me that people are more offended by Arab fear and even disdain for a symbol that has come to symbolize hate and genocide against their people than they are at the literal burning of children every single day by the terrorist state of Israel. So I think that's a good point. And Ethan Klein made some comments that are against what we're saying, which we're going to comment on in a little bit.
Who's that?
Ethan Klein, baby. H3. I know we said we weren't going to be talking about this anymore, but like, you know, we're going to wane off H3 bit by bit. We're all over, but fucking doesn't shut up. He doesn't stop talking about Hassan, so we're not going to stop. Okay, so it is time to talk about the huge Iranian thing that happened. The lady walking in her underwear. First of all, here is the video that went viral over the weekend. There's conflicting reports of like what happened. Most people are saying that like the mainstream story is that she was in university, she was a student. She got like the morality police like came over to her. She wasn't wearing her headscarf right. They apparently like tore off her clothes or started tearing off her clothes. She got like aggravated by them. She tore off the rest of her clothes in protest and walked around the university campus in her underwear, like in protest, essentially. Here's a clip of that. And it has gone viral all over the world. It's being shared. So here you can see her walking around in her underwear. Most people are actually not really giving her much attention. If you guys can notice, everyone's going about their day.
Because it's so unusual for them. I feel like they have to ignore her.
And like look away. Yeah. No one wants to make much of a scene. So we don't need to watch the whole thing. She's just kind of walking around. So the video made the rounds. It's all over social media. People are hailing her a hero. Some people are saying that she's a mentally ill person that was taken into a mental hospital and she was having a breakdown. That might be propaganda. It looks like it.
They do that to all women.
They do that to all women. So it is most likely propaganda that she was a mentally ill person. But again, it's important for us to cover the whole thing. But what's really disturbing is how the West is talking about this and like making this person into a hero. And look, if you think she's a hero, she might be a hero. What she's doing is kind of brave, I guess. It depends how you define bravery and protesting. But what sucks is she's protesting. But what sucks is how the West is co-opting this story to just make Muslim women look bad. And again, it's back with the whole oppression narrative. Muslim women are oppressed. Western women are not oppressed. Western women need to save Muslim women from oppression. And it's this whole fucking narrative that I'm just very tired of. So here's a tweet from Azam Jandravi, sort of sharing the story that happened with her a few years ago, and how she's sort of proving that the Iranian government labels everything like this as like mental illness, so it's propaganda basically. So let's see what she had to say. She said, "When I protested against mandatory hijab, after the security forces arrested me, my family was pressured to declare me mentally ill. The Islamic Republic of Iran even taking me to a forensic doctor. One of my relatives came to see me in prison and shared the situation. He was under so much pressure that he cried, saying, 'You won't go to jail like this.' I looked at him with anger and asked, 'Are you saying I'm crazy? Am I a psycho? How could you do this to me?' Then we both burst into tears. I refused and asked him not to go through with it. My family didn't do it, but many families under pressure do it, thinking it's the best way to protect their loved ones. This is how the Islamic Republic tries to discredit women by questioning their mental health. Jackson Hinkle, do not spread this information. Keep quiet and do not speak about a woman who is in danger from the Islamic Republic of Iran." So I do tend to believe what Azam is saying, and I do think that it is most likely propaganda. I don't think this is just a crazy lady who just started stripping and walking around campus.
I wish Jackson Hinkle would just mind his own
Who the fuck is that guy, bro?
Like some American guy who thinks he's ultra Lebanese for some reason. I don't even know if he lives here. He's just always tweeting about the situation.
Yeah, like he's a bit too extreme. So this is Elika Lebon. She's in Iran. A woman who was accosted by the morality police for not wearing hijab removes her clothing and roams the streets in defiance. She has since been arrested by the IRGC forces and forcibly disappeared. This is the brave face of true resistance. And this is where it starts, sort of. All of these Westerners, I think this lady might be Arab because she wrote her name in Arabic, but all of these Westerners, how brave. Look at this hero. But they do it while indirectly shitting on Muslim women. Here is Tabuzi, a tweet from Tabuzi. I have a lot of tweets that I want to read here because the people are making interesting points. He says, "The amount of white women that will talk about this bullshit while they've been ignoring the thousands of women and girls in Gaza, killed in Gaza, lol," which is kind of true. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like we've had brave women doing all sorts of shit in Gaza. And so here's Jules Boutros, who's kind of buying into the propaganda, I think. So it's important for us to call it out. He says she has a mental disorder and escaped from the hospital. She was sent back to the hospital and is well and alive now. She was neither arrested nor beaten to death. However, Palestinians in Gaza are being arrested and beaten to death just for existing, having done nothing wrong. So some people are buying into that she's like a mental hospital patient or something. I don't personally buy into that, but I also don't think that the story needs to be as glorified as it is. This is by Daniel. She's literally walking in circles looking for attention and no one gave her any. I understand the frustration driven by oppression, but this is not a way to advocate freedom. Hijab is not related to repression of thought, and Islamophobia will not make you civil or cultural. And this is where things start getting kind of racist, when like all of these art pieces start coming out. So here at the Associated Femme, Azadi shared this picture of, a brave woman. Iranian women are fearless. But this quote tweet by Eros makes sense. Notice how they gave the naked woman Caucasian features and made the hijabi women, Iranian women, look like crones. And if you zoom in, like look at the hijabi women, look at their noses. They're just like, they look like cartoon caricatures and looking up at this beautiful woman with a small, tiny nose, small Western features, but all the Muslim ladies look like fucking freaks, huh? That's what they want to do. Here's a tweet by Fatima Khan. Such a telling photo. Hijabi women are shown as caricatures, long-nosed, angry, inferior, while the protesting Iranian woman is towering tall above them. No recognition of the fact that they are all sisters and that this Islamophobia helps no one but Western imperialism. And Ahmad, or Ashmat, says, we've watched women in Gaza and Lebanon save lives in hospitals under bombardment, cook food for refugees under Israeli fire, and sacrifice their lives to save kids shot by Israeli snipers. It wasn't until a woman stripped naked that Western feminists used the word brave. This is Maryam Jamshidi. As an Iranian woman, I reject Western states and liberals who co-opt us to promote notions of feminism revolving exclusively around bodily autonomy and excluding socioeconomic rights, and who promote us while actively murdering our sisters in Palestine and Lebanon. Here's another racist caricature of like hijabi women with fists instead of faces, while the woman in her underwear is killed lying on the floor dead, and she looks like a blonde white woman with tiny European features. And again, a tweet by Muhammad. The woman in her underwear depicted as a blonde white woman. Meanwhile, those in hijab aren't even depicted as human. Another art piece here shared by Calvaire Drash. Kamena, you see her sort of the woman in her underwear looking beautiful, and the Muslim women veiled look terrifying, angry. This is a great example of Orientalism and feminism. The narrative is stripped off its original context and co-opted into Western values that selectively fetishize parts of our causes and dehumanize what is deemed as different. They don't really care about liberation.
Fetishizing, it's exactly what it is.
Exactly, yeah.
That's purely Orientalism.
Nina Farnia says, as an Iranian woman and feminist, I don't know any women or feminists in Iran who would call for women's rights by stripping. That makes sense. We don't need to read this. So, I mean, yeah, I find that extremely... I hate it when Westerners want to speak for Muslims. Now, look, if a Muslim woman feels oppressed, that is her choice. I know a lot of Muslim women who are very happy being Muslims. They wear the veil by choice. If you think they're brainwashed, if you disagree with their religion, hey, tons of people have different religions and everyone has weird, different beliefs that might seem weird or bizarre to you. But it doesn't mean you need to make them look like an inferior race because someone like and I do agree with a lot of these like tweets that like does the West only pay attention when someone like takes their fucking clothes off?
They do.
Like, keep it in your pants for a second, bro. Like, seriously, man. But I didn't want to have to say that. I would rather have these Iranian women and these Arab women sort of share their thoughts. That's why I read so many tweets, because they're making some really good points. Do you guys have any thoughts on this?
For the record, I do not believe that she was crazy. I believe that this was an act of protest, and I'm fully behind it. I'm all for any act of protest that is against
an oppressive
regime.
And if it is, yeah, and if they're like, I don't really know what life is like in Iran. If it is oppressive, then sure, go for it. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but the point is not that it was an act of protest. No one wants to be naked. No one wants to walk around naked.
Like, and I don't even think this was a premeditated protest. Like, I think if the story is true that like she was wearing her headscarf and then she got into a scuffle with the morality police, and they started like tearing off the clothes, maybe she's like, "Fuck it, here you go. Is this
I
what
totally
you want?"
get that.
And like she kind of just rips it all off,
get that.
and she's like, "Is this what you motherfuckers want?" Like, there you go. It's off now. Like, that's how it could have gone. You know what I mean? And look. A lot of people are like questioning like, why should you walk around in your underwear? I get why people are questioning it, but also if you're protesting and you want to get someone's attention, you have to kind of go extreme. If she was just wearing a t-shirt and jeans, no one would have paid attention to it. So the only reason it made the rounds was because she was in her underwear and it was a striking image. But people being like, look, we need to go save these oppressed Muslims. You're doing Afghanistan again. You're doing Iraq again. Let's go save these Muslims from Islam and spread democracy and Christianity. Like, no. Leave these Muslims alone, bro. Just fuck off. Seriously, fuck off.
Just stop bombing.
Stop bombing them. Just take care of your own shit in the States. Leave these people alone. Leave these people alone. You guys, let's quick Lebanon update. Stuff that's happening in Lebanon. Here is a carpet bombing of Mens and Jebba. Here is a little Lebanese village at the border.
It's such a hard video to watch.
Check this out. Oh my God, bro. This doesn't even look real. This doesn't even look real. It's so absurd.
It's a huge area.
So next week we'll get a collage of all of the Lebanese villages that they've destroyed. I saw a good thread on Twitter before and after of all the Lebanese villages that were destroyed. We'll do that for next week. I'll just show you guys the extent of the damage. I don't really like doing all this like misery porn anymore because I don't feel like like we need to show you guys this so you guys.
And there's nothing to say.
So you'll feel bad for us. Yeah, we're just going to show you destruction. Now look at what they're doing. But yeah, here is a pretty sad story. There's a video of Israeli soldiers in the IDF playing someone's piano in their house in South Lebanon, and it's intercut with the person's actual like videos of her playing the piano, intercut with Israeli soldiers playing that same piano in her destroyed home in the south of Lebanon. It says, my house in Qiyam, years of memories, years of me playing my piano, my heart is in pieces. As you see these IDF soldiers playing her piano, laughing in their destroyed home. Share this. Can you read the name?
Julian.
That is extremely messed up. This is such a haunting image. It reminds me of the story of someone in Gaza who found an Israeli soldier playing with his like dad's guitar. His father had given him like a guitar, and there was like a photo of an IDF soldier just like playing with that guitar that meant so much to him.
What a heartbreak.
Homes, memories, lives, generations of families, bro. All of this stuff just wiped out in a second. Can you imagine? Just imagine this is like I'm imagining someone like seeing footage of like an IDF soldier in my room playing with like my PlayStation, and like they're laughing and they're filming like, haha, like, you motherfuckers, bro, you fucking pieces of shit, bro. Seriously.
They're wearing women's clothes.
This is kind of we have that picture somewhere else. Here's some Lebanese people eating ice cream in the middle of the rubble because ain't nobody does it like Lebanese people. I guess they found like a functioning freezer with some ice cream in there. Enjoy, boys. Enjoy it. You deserve it, man. So yeah, just some small updates. Let's look at some stuff coming out of Israel. So here are IDF soldiers wearing Lebanese women's clothes in homes in South Lebanon as they're entering and like raiding them and stuff. They did that in Gaza.
That's just sick.
It's sick. It's fucking sick.
These are not mentally ill people, and Heidi, she's a mentally ill person.
There's tons of photos of them wearing like of Palestinian women's underwear in Gaza and stuff. Here they're wearing dresses. Look at this fucking guy on the left, bro. Like, look at this fucking. Are you telling me this guy is that this is our neighbor? Like that this guy wants to coexist with Arabs and Muslims and Palestinians? Look at these fucking freaks. Laughing.
Yeah, I hate the one in blue.
They're all fucking assholes. And apparently, look what they found in houses in South Lebanon. Apparently, guys, houses in South Lebanon have Nazi toys and flags. Look at this stuff. Wow. How? And obviously, this is planted by the IDF. No one in Lebanon has fucking... Where are you going to find an Adolf Hitler action figure, bro?
Nazi memorabilia.
What the fuck, dude? Like a Nazi flag in South Lebanon? Are you fucking kidding me? Insane shit, bro. And like, speaking of, the Iranian woman and stuff and like police brutality and stuff, you want to see German police? Look at German police beating the shit out of people. You want to talk about like, oppressive governments? Forget Iran. Forget the Middle East. This is Europe. He's beating old women. Old Palestinian women.
Man, Germany.
Bro, fuck Germany. We said it again.
Germany.
Said it before and I'll say it again. We love Dominic Selger, our favorite German, our patron. We love you, Dominic. But goddamn, what is Germany doing? German parliament is preparing to vote on a resolution this week to adopt the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance definition of anti-Semitism, aiming to equate all criticism of Israel with anti-Semitism itself. This dangerous move represents a direct assault on free speech and democratic principles. Under the guise of combating anti-Semitism, the German government is set to enforce mass censorship, silencing those who speak out against Israeli war crimes and the ongoing suffering of Palestinians. So, all right, it's time to talk about H3H3. Ethan is still losing his mind. I had said that I wasn't going to talk about this again, but he keeps going after Hassan. He's not stopping. So as long as Ethan keeps doing that, I'm going to keep covering it and defending Hassan. So here's a story he put where he's basically said that he had no idea what Hassan's political leanings were, which is ridiculous. He says, when I made the show with Hassan, I genuinely thought he was just a social democrat progressive like myself. I had no idea his politics were so radical, and that's my fault. 90% of the time, he's shitting on Republicans, and that's what I had seen. But his politics are like a Trojan horse, a veneer of reasonability with extremely radical views hidden within. The cracks began to appear when we started talking about Ukraine, Taiwan, and Tibet. Once I noticed it, it all began to fall apart, which is not true. I hold myself accountable for anyone from my audience that was radicalized by him, which is why I'm doing what I can to undo the damage. I've come to see Hassan as MAGA for the left, spinning alternate realities to fit his dogmatic view of the world. As someone who has been fighting extremism for many years, I cannot look the other way when it comes from my side of the aisle. That line just made me laugh. As someone who has been fighting extremism for many years, like Ethan the hero, you know, saving us from extremism for many years. I'll likely have much more to say about Hassan. If this is too much for you to stomach, I am perfectly happy with you unsubscribing. Frankly, shedding some of the more radical portions of our audience is probably a good thing. And he said that while people were unsubscribing from their channel en masse without him needing to. He's just saying that to save face. But that didn't stop there. Here is Ethan on the pod sort of talking about the CEO of Twitch and again talking about how he wants like Hassan to get banned and shit like that.
If he doesn't have to step down, if nothing happens, then I have no faith that, like, I don't think anybody actually cares about anti-Semitism. Like, as a Jewish person, I think that if nothing happens to him or the platform, if there's no accountability, even Hassan's terrorist videos are still up, then, like, basically I'm worthless to them.
I mean, those flags are also anti-America. Like, it's not just Jewish people. I feel like everybody should be concerned
Death
about
to America.
No, he's not on Twitch.
He is worthless to them.
That's true. He is literally worthless.
Wait, I'm American.
Why aren't, like, I don't know. Why is everybody okay with it?
I'm not. Dan is.
Yeah, so anyways, he's so upset. He just wants something bad to happen to Hassan.
What a crybaby and a little bitch. Honestly.
Constantly complaining. Here's a story that Ela shared, basically. So they did a Halloween episode a few days ago where they dressed up as Good Mythical Morning, and someone shared their picture on the Good Mythical Morning subreddit, and people started to comment like Zionist, Zionist, Zionist. So they had to block the comments. So Ela shared this on Instagram. She said, sad that people can't post an innocent Halloween post about us anymore without having to defend a terrorist Zionist who kills babies, apparently, just because I served at the mandatory army. So, like, yeah, they can't even post pictures of themselves without getting abused online, which, hey, they kind of deserve. I mean,
That's what happens when you're a piece of shit.
exactly. And people are taking Hassan's side. That's what's funny. So Anthony Fantano, do you guys know Anthony Fantano on YouTube? He reviews all the music, he's super famous. He reviews like every single album that comes out. But he's taking Hassan's side, obviously. So Comrade Casey shared Ethan's story. Fantano was like, Ethan is right. A few months ago, I didn't even know who the president was. But since I saw Hassan's streams, I am now a Maoist. So, and this is what I mean when Ethan is going to lose the internet because everyone loves Hassan. Like, Hassan is down with everybody. All like the content creators that young people watch. Ethan is so out of touch with this show. I don't see how he's going to bust out of this. This was a sad moment. AB was sitting on the show and he was reading super chat and someone like some Zionist sends a super chat and AB, the Lebanese guy has to read this out fucking loud, bro.
As a non-religious chat says, as a non-religious Zionist Jew, I am still scared.
These are very uplifting.
Yeah, well, I believe they're separate.
Look at his face. As a non-religious Zionist Jew, I am scared. And AB, the Lebanese guy whose family is being bombed in Lebanon right now, has to read that and like feel bad for the Zionists. And this music is super famous. He reviews like every single album that comes out. Like he's taking Hassan's side, obviously. So Comrade Casey shared Ethan's story, and Fantano was like, Ethan is right. A few months ago, I didn't even know who the president was, but since I saw Hassan's streams, I am now a Maoist.
Enemy napalm strike incoming.
And this is what I mean when Ethan is going to lose the internet because everyone loves Hassan. Like Hassan is down with everybody. All like the content creators that young people watch. Ethan is so out of touch with this show. I don't see how he's going to bust out of this. This was a sad moment. AB was sitting on the show and he was reading super chats and someone like some Zionist sends a super chat and AB, the Lebanese guy has to read this out fucking loud, bro.
As a non-religious chat says, as a non-religious Zionist Jew, I am still scared.
very yeah. Well, look, I believe they're separate. That's
Look at his face. As a non-religious Zionist Jew, I'm scared. And AB, the Lebanese guy whose family is being bombed in Lebanon right now, has to read that and like feel bad for the Zionists. And this is Ethan's audience now, like fucking Zionists. You know what I mean? Oh, and by the way, Ethan was talking about like the right, Hassan made videos, the right. Like Ethan Klein made videos with Steiny from the Nelk Boys. He's done like 2 poker videos with the Nelk Boys, and he's gone on like the Nelk Boys podcast. And literally, Donald Trump thanked the Nelk Boys by winning the election. So Ethan is like shitting on Hassan and saying that Hassan is dangerous for democracy. Well, Ethan's new best friends like fucking Steiny and the Nelk Boys got thanked by Donald Trump for getting him elected. So Ethan is in cahoots with all these motherfuckers, and yet he's, instead of shitting on them, his new friends, he's shitting on Hassan. So that makes no sense at all. His new best friends literally helped Donald Trump get elected, and he'd rather be friends with them than be friends with Hassan. So make that make sense. So H3 apparently recently hired like a Ukrainian employee. They did a whole episode where they just had her debunking Hassan's takes on Ukraine. And here's, I guess, a chatter asking like why she was hired, and she's explaining, like he's asking was she hired because of Hassan.
Chad, would she be here if Ethan wasn't mad about Hassan? She should be, but we know the answer, and that's annoying girl. So first of all, the reason why I'm here now is because I couldn't get a visa to US for a year and a half because of the wait time for an interview. And that's the only reason why I'm talking about it right now. And I did say it to Ethan before, a year before, and he suggested me to talk, like maybe I should talk to Hassan. I just couldn't come here because I'm not in the office, I'm not like around, and I'm not a streamer. Because, like, stop saying like that Ethan brought me here a year and a half after, just because right now he is like mad at Hassan. No, I've been like voicing it for a while, and Ethan has been voicing his concerns on leftovers for a while, and it's like the same exact take. Don't say that. That's wrong.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It's certainly what it looks and feels like. And she just had a bunch of things, like she just kept complaining about things that Hassan said. We're not going to watch all of it because it's kind of boring. You can go watch the episode if you want. She mentioned the snark community. Let's watch that. She talks about snark. My brother is supposed to H3 snark. But it's
like a weird move.
And then walk a little too far left. Then you start becoming pro-Russia. It's very weird.
It's like
or like anti-Ukraine.
What? Also, shout out to H3 Snark. I saw your post about me, and the amount of you weird little freaks who think that I'm like pro-Israel from whatever I said on the pod before, which I've never even talked about that topic. You're like so insane. I'm completely pro-Palestine.
You've never talked about the Israel.
I've never even mentioned anything. Like I've been here for 5 minutes, but like I'm already pro-Israel and IDF, and I'm like, I don't know, like almost killing babies. Like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, whenever I see any stories from that AB putting his stories, that's insane. That's insane. Like that anyone's country gets to live through the same experience that I get to live. And I know that
seems nice. I mean, it's just Ethan's the problem. I'm not after anyone on the crew. Anyways, that's enough of that.
I mean, I have no sympathy. Honestly, you're working for a freak guy, and an ex-IDF soldier. Yeah, you're gonna get labeled like that.
Yeah, at this point, anyone who works for Ethan, and Ethan was going on this, on his Instagram stories, he was basically just highlighting Muslim crime for no reason. Again, part of like him being Islamophobic. So out of the blue, he's just talking about this story of a terrorist convicted of murdering 4 in Paris synagogue is a lecturer at Canadian University. Dr. Hassan Diab was convicted in France and sentenced to life. Apparently, the story is been debunked, by the way. This is from like an Israeli propaganda website. So he was just randomly talking about that, and then right after, remember we were talking about the Iranian girl? Ethan shared his opinion. What do you think Ethan's opinion is on the Iranian girl? What do you think his opinion was? Here's what he said. Persians are amazing people. This is real courage in the face of horrific persecution. I hope she's okay, but we all know she's not. What do you mean we all know she's not? Why not, Ethan? What do you think happened to her?
Also, Persians.
Persians, yeah, exactly, Persians. But why do we all know she's not? Is it because there's something wrong with Islam? Do you think when Muslim men see a woman in her underwear, they're just gonna like ravage her and attack her? You know what I mean? Like, is that what you think? Muslims are just fucking crazy freaks, or the Iranian government is gonna like kill her because she walked around in her underwear. But this is again the image that they have of Islam. This is, and all of this was like consecutive. He was talking about a Muslim professor who killed 4 in France is now teaching in Canada. Muslims are trying to kill this woman in Iran. It's like, bro, what's going on? What's up with Islam hate right now? Why are you bringing up all these Muslim crimes? Out of the blue.
Taking B.
And I just found that kind of weird. And again, if you guys want to see how the Hassan Diab thing is debunked, here it is. Witness confirmed that the guy was in Lebanon taking exams at the time of the bombing. The actual bomber stole his password. Trudeau apologized to him. Amnesty called to drop the charges, etc. It's been debunked, but Ethan was still showing this. And moving on to election day, Ethan sort of kept going crazy. He posted a bunch of Instagram stories. I'm not going to read all of them, so Elijah's just going to put them in the background as I talk, and you guys can pause them and read them. He just kept talking about like socialists, why he hates socialists, and he kept sharing stuff from like Reddit to prove that socialists are crazy and they're ruining America and they're the reason that Kamala Harris is going to lose. Ethan tends to think that like Reddit and Twitter are the real world when in fact they're like the farthest thing from. It's just a bunch of like extremely online people that are they spend way too much online, but they in fact are not representing the real people. Like when you just see mainstream media, like most mainstream sentiment is pro-Israel, pro all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Mainstream Democrats, centrists, neoliberals, extreme leftists, and like fucking socialists are like the extreme minority, and they don't have power to like affect any change. So it's just crazy that Ethan is again targeting all of his hate on those people instead of focusing on his new best friends like Steiny, who are actually helping Trump get elected, and the Nelk boys and shit like that. So Ethan did a live election coverage show. They did an H3 like election thing, and during the show Ethan called Philip DeFranco live. Philip DeFranco, he does like all this news coverage and stuff. He called him live on the show, and this is what happened. And then he had this like really awkward interaction with the crew. Let's check it out.
We'll talk after this evening.
Ethan, can you tell
I am yeah, I don't know if you know this, but I am pro-genocide by the fact of being.
Bring in whatever your shit. I feel like I try to go out of my way to not know what's happening with anyone else. This fucking situation with my team brings me a story, and then I talk about it. I've been 2 shows away from quitting the internet for fucking 2 years. I don't want to deal with whatever's going on.
Well, you just co-signed genocide, so. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you knew this about me, Phil, but I'm Jewish.
I was about to hang up on you, but I can't hang up on you.
Yeah, it's pretty controversial, but apparently I can go into detail. Do you want to? I can go. It sounds like you want to get into it. It sounds like you want to get into it.
No. Thank you. Thank you for answering.
Get my dumb face on your subreddit and the subreddit and all that stuff. So I'm gonna hop off.
You know about Ashley Stark? Okay, interesting. It goes far and wide.
You know, every now and then I get mentioned.
Oh, really?
Why do they go for you?
What?
Or do they like you?
They didn't like that you talked about my waist back in the day.
Oh, wow. Those people have been around. Okay.
I don't know anything about anything. I'm just as a bystander. Okay, I gotta go.
You regret answering?
It was unexpected. It's weird that we ever talked?
Yeah.
Other than like the thing? I don't know.
We must have. Remember when we were sharing our office a long time ago? I think we must have talked on the phone there. Yeah, and Encino, remember? You needed a space?
Oh, you let me shoot there one day.
Oh, I thought it was more than one day. But
it's so awkward and uncomfortable.
Uh-oh.
All right, be good.
I'm getting a crazy chat.
Okay, be good. Yeah. Bye.
Philly, shout out.
Okay, so look what happens now.
Nothing gets me excited like seeing Philip DeFranco's chat. Call me El Zionist Nazi, free Palestine.
Yeah.
Ethan, you can migrate to Israel. Wait, I thought you didn't want that. Make up your mind.
I thought they wanted people out of Israel.
Yeah, do you want the Jews there or do you want them out? Yeah, so there it is.
So as you can see, Philip DeFranco's fans aren't happy that Ethan called in, and they're like calling him a Zionist in the live chat, and Ethan is watching it. And again, this is what happens when you fuck with Hassan, man, and you make Hassan your enemy. People are not going to side with Ethan. Everyone's siding with Hassan. So now he can't even call into Philip DeFranco without making it extremely fucking awkward and uncomfortable. And now his crew is going to tell him that was uncomfortable, and he's going to yell at his crew. Check this out.
Well, now AP's called it, so
he regrets answering that.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
He was sweating. He was sweating.
He was sweating, but let's hope he remembers the good part.
We're gonna see how that.
Yeah, there was a lot of good parts.
Yeah,
there was highs. There was highs during that.
Like a movie. Yeah.
You know?
Everyone be nice to old Philip. Phil's a good guy.
Phil did nothing. Phil's innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although he didn't call me a Zionist and tell me to go back to Poland, which might enrage some people. I can't believe you didn't tell that Jew to go back to Poland, Phil.
Yeah.
You guys want to argue about stuff?
Pacify the AO, kill team.
We're gonna bring up. That's the topic.
The war with the socialists?
Hardpoint locked down.
Bro.
No.
We're winning. Keep it.
No.
No.
What? No. Literally, it's already a depressing night.
Yeah, well, so then this is the perfect time.
All I'm willing to watch is silly, like brain-numbing stuff right now.
Is that not me?
Hostiles reclaim
It'll
the
be
lead.
brain numbing.
Yeah, brain numbing.
Yeah.
But silly.
But it's not silly.
Silly, bro.
No.
I don't know. Hey, guys.
Hardpoint is secure.
So here's the crew telling him that that phone call was a bad idea and that it kind of ruined the vibe of the podcast. And Ethan just goes crazy on the crew, which is fucking awkward. Imagine us going through something like this. Like, that's kind of what I think about.
Hardpoint locked down.
What's going on, guys? What happened? Everyone's so
Bro, with your hand.
How the fuck did I kill the mood?
Bruh.
What the fuck did I do?
You killed the moon.
Why? How?
But with your calling Phil and bring it up.
That was fucking awesome.
It was fine.
How did calling Phil ruin the mood?
You asked, I answered.
I just know
How then?
it'll be
Explain how.
clipped, and I know it'll be clipped.
Reclaim the
Clipped in
Wait,
what
you're
way?
getting serious?
Clipped in what way?
Sometimes ironic jokes out of context.
What did I say that could even be taken out of context?
What can you do? We can't live our
I
life based
know.
on how clips will be clipped.
I know.
I thought it was a fun call.
Yeah, what the fuck? What's happening? What am I doing? What is this?
It was awkward and uncomfortable,
What's
bro.
happening right now?
They said they were gonna go and hike.
You asked, dude. You asked. What happened?
Tell me how.
I told you.
Tell me how.
I told you.
Tell me how.
Fun vibes on the H3 podcast.
That's crazy.
Well, I don't have a way to get through.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
I wasn't.
I got
think
nothing.
other people.
I got
enjoyed the
nothing
call.
for you.
Come on, you can't call me.
I
out
got
like
no
that
way
and
to
not
get
say
through
hi.
you on so many levels.
That seems a little crazy.
I think we can just.
Hardpoint is
Is it
active.
anti-Semitic?
Everything's just so
Everybody's just depressed. So sad.
I didn't fucking make him lose, okay?
I know.
I voted for her.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you for that.
Hostiles have captured the
Well,
hardpoint.
it sounds like you're mad at, I mean, you're angry at me for some reason that I don't understand.
fun vibes.
Then you are podcast.
No, I'm not angry with you. I said you killed the lead. I'm just depressed.
That
now.
call was awesome.
I didn't feel awesome coming off that call.
Why?
I'm just telling you.
Was that call awesome?
Because it turned into you just complaining about his chat. Everybody, like, they fucking hate you and they're spamming it or whatever. I'm not telling you that it's your fault. I'm saying that call ruined your mood.
Not my mood. My vibes are immaculate. Oh yeah.
And like he tried calling Philip DeFranco multiple times. Philip McKinney did, but he kept calling and he answered by like the 8th time.
With you is bringing up my mood.
And by the time he did answer, the whole chat like turned on Ethan.
'Cause I always
Not real.
Danny.
Right.
You coward. That call was awesome, wasn't it, love? For the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He answered. We're gonna do a hike. Zach, that was great, right?
We're winning.
You just don't.
Strong start.
Should I call Oliver?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even drink, by the way. I hated, dude. You guys, that call was awesome. What do you want to do?
It's so painful to watch, dude. It's so
I'll just sit here. I'll just sit here.
Call Gabe.
That could be good.
Or not.
If you think he's done complaining,
Are we going to his party?
you're wrong. He has some more complaining.
That just tells you everything you need to know about Ethan. He just, like, he got his whole crew telling him it was a bad phone call, and like the others hesitating to say and it was bad. And he's like, "What are you talking about? It was awesome."
And he asked Love and Zach again because they're like the most up his ass. That like they kiss his ass all the time. So like Dan will tell him the truth, but like Love and Zach are like, "Yeah, you're great." And even they're like, "Yeah, it was a good call." Like no one says it. He's complaining a bit more, making it even more awkward.
Scout pulse running.
It might be easy to beat.
By the way,
Hostile sniper down.
just to bring the mood down a little bit.
Oh God.
I mean, I think it's fucking rich for you guys to yell at me. You don't know what it's like to go out anywhere on the internet and be called a fucking Zionist Nazi.
Nobody yelled at you.
But I'm
started
saying,
yelling.
like, it's so easy for you guys to be like, oh, you brought the fucking mood down, dude. Like, you're not the one who's being paraded on every corner of the internet being called a Nazi. Unironically.
But why is that? Yeah, like, why is that, Ethan? Like, it's because of the things that you're saying, that you're doing, that's making people call you a Zionist. If you want to clarify your thoughts and, you know what I mean, like, appeal to the people that you're pushing away with your rhetoric, then now's your chance, bro, because it seems like he's sort of faltering now. He feels kind of shitty about it, but, like, and it's starting to hit him. Like, you know what I mean? Everywhere they go, people are calling them Zionists. So maybe it's because of the things that you've said and done, and not because you're Jewish as you think it is.
So it's not exactly the fucking, like, chillest thing that I would just ignore when I see it.
It's so quiet, no one's saying.
Well, it's fucked. This chat was there.
Yeah.
That was fucked up.
And that's why he got a little cautious too, because he was like, oh shit, am I getting myself into hot water?
And once again, let me remind you guys that the extent of my fucking my Nazism is that I'm fucking Jewish. And, like, that I don't think Israelis should be murdered.
Like today, I had to tell when I was taking pictures with Taki, and we were planning to both post it and do like collab posts and stuff.
Hardpoint is secure.
And I had a moment that I realized I should tell her, like, oh, you know that, like, is it okay for you? Are you gonna be okay posting with me? Because you know that that's gonna be like a lot of shit for you, just being with me. And I mean, she was like, hell yeah, but that's a conversation that we need to have now with anybody that interacts.
They're right where we want them. Finish the job.
It's starting to hit them.
Are you okay being next to me in a picture? Literally.
Yeah, that's your fault. I mean, it's even for me.
Hardpoint down.
Even for me like that.
Grenade going
I wonder why.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You only have yourself. Hey folks, I'm back, Anthony from the future. Just a couple of updates on the H3 thing. So they ended up doing a post-election COPE video and just reacting to the results and everything. And there were some problematic things that I want to talk about. Also, Ethan, again, going after Hassan and socialists. And for the first time, the crew actually, like, going after Ethan and kind of fighting back. Like, Dan fought back. Nate, I think, fought back as well. Like, not fought back, but, like, we're trying to push back against Ethan. Olivia tried to get a couple of words in there. So it was actually kind of nice. You can kind of tell that they're sick of Ethan's sort of just rants, and you can tell that the crew is at least aware of how the audience feels, and they're reading all the comments, and they can see the views going down, so they were all kind of pushing back. And Hila made some very problematic comments about Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, so I just want to talk about some of those things. So after the episode, Ethan did put this on his Instagram stories. He said, I doubt I'll be talking more about Hassan. I said everything I wanted to, only if it's topical, newsworthy. So finally, he's finally done, and again, you can tell, like, the crew was going after him, they were pushing back, he's getting comments on his own subreddit. Their own paying members on YouTube are leaving comments like, yo, stop talking about Hassan. They have to shut off the comments on their last episode again. So I think he finally got the message. Everyone is turning on him. But yeah, let's watch some of the things that happened on that episode. Starting with, this is Ethan talking about how Muslims voted for Trump, and I find this extremely problematic, so let's watch.
What you should have done, because women voted for Trump, Latinos voted for Trump,
Muslims
Jews,
voted
by
for
the
Trump.
way, the Muslims voted for Trump. What? The Jews, however, stood with the Democrats.
Shout out Jews.
Somehow the Jews voted for Kamala, and the Muslims and Arabs voted for Trump.
So this is extremely problematic. Obviously, Muslims are going to rebel against Kamala Harris and Joe Biden because they let a genocide happen. They sent like $30 billion to Israel. They sent every single weapon that they've been using to massacre Palestinians and now Lebanese people. So for them to be like, why would Muslims vote for Trump? And they're looking at each other, but the Jews voted for Kamala Harris. Well, I mean, Israelis have been getting everything they want from Kamala Harris and the American government. Why would they not vote for the Democrats? They've been getting everything they've been asking for. Money, weapons. What have the Arabs been getting from Harris and Biden? Absolutely nothing. So they're either not going to vote or they're going to vote for Trump just as a fuck you to the Democrats. How could you be so blind? But Ethan, at one point, it's like he hesitates. I'm like, maybe he understands that what he's saying is kind of ridiculous, but I don't think they have that level of self-awareness.
Jewish? I promise you guys, you'll never find a more pro. I know you're going to find this depressing, but this is true. You'll never have a more pro-Palestine president in America than Kamala Harris. That's it. Donald Trump
is so pro-Israel. It's insane.
Not only is he pro-Israel,
how fucking absurd is it to say that, like with a straight face? Like, you know what I mean? Kamala Harris is the most pro-Palestine president in the world. And when you look at pictures of Gaza right now, it's literally a parking lot. It is literally erased from existence. It just got split in half like yesterday. The IDF split it in two. Like, what the fuck are they talking about? I have no idea. And they just live on another planet. You know what I mean? They are completely disconnected from reality at this point. And the propaganda has done its job. And here's another thing. At one point, Dan mentions that like Joe Biden was a contributing factor to Kamala Harris losing. And Hila gets defensive, and she's like, no, Biden had nothing to do with it, etc. Their chat, their own paying members start like criticizing Hila, and she just goes off on them. She just lashes out on the fans. Their own paying members, watch this.
Chat with the W's and the L's, like, just realize that we all lost, okay? So like this whole thing of like, Hila L, Dan W, like chill out.
yeah, it's this team bullshit that made us lose. You
what you guys
fuckers.
are doing in chat is gonna help so much.
Nice. Oh, is this your activism? W in chat.
She's just jealous that their own chat agrees with their crew and not with her and Ethan. They just keep, like, her and Ethan keep getting criticized by their chat, and the crew's been getting a lot of props in this episode, I'm guessing because they've been pushing back against them, and she's just straight up jealous, and now she's yelling at their paying members.
We lost, man.
Telling me L-Y because I said that I don't think Biden should be at fault. Wow.
I agree.
Oh my God.
That's an L take.
I agree. I think
Tell me to kill myself. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get even more divided.
I agree with
we're not already divided enough.
At this point, I don't think it's. You can just say that it was the right decision because she fucking lost as hard as you can lose, basically.
It doesn't matter. We're all speculating. Nobody knows. All we know is that
they
we
weren't
lost.
the right character.
We lost badly.
Bro, what a negative and sour podcast this is. Like, now I get it, they're all upset that Trump won, but like still, you know what I mean? Now this is something, again, extremely problematic that I want to bring out before I show the crew pushing back at Ethan a little bit. Hila is defending Yoav Gallant, the Israeli defense minister, who, let me just tell you what he said in the past. Here's a quote. He said, I have ordered a complete siege on the Gaza Strip. There will be no electricity, no food, no fuel. Everything is closed. We are fighting human animals and we act accordingly. Right, and here's a picture of this motherfucker. He said that. Now listen to what Hila had to say about Yoav Gallant, who recently got fired by Netanyahu. She's going to say that he's a really great guy. The guy who said that Gazans are human animals.
Yeah, Bibi like talk a lot, and Bibi's become a lot like Trump.
Yeah, Bibi's his guy. They're like homies. Bibi's celebrating last night.
Just the other day, Bibi fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about. And he
a really good guy.
They had a disagreement, and that's like so Trump coded.
Well, he was like a moderating voice in the war room.
Yeah.
And he got rid of him, or at least a more moderate voice. I don't know anything about the guy.
Oh, I don't know anything.
Recognize his picture. He looked mean. I thought he was mean just because he looked mean.
No, it's not.
No, he's not mean. According to Hila, he's not mean. So he's a moderating voice, apparently. He's a really good guy, and he's not mean. Let me read that quote one more time for you guys. I have ordered a complete siege on the Gaza Strip. There will be no electricity, no food, no fuel. Everything is closed. We are fighting human animals, and we act accordingly. What a really good moderating guy. Good job, Ethan and Hila. You guys are seriously nuts. I don't know what media they're consuming at home. It's probably all exclusively Israeli news and media. This is insane, bro. These people are not moderates. This is extremism. And this is, dare I say, Zionism. I'm so glad Ethan is done talking about his son because I am sick about talking about him. Honestly, this stuff just pisses me off. And let me just give the crew some props. Dan and Nate here just kind of going after Ethan and like being like, stop talking about random people on fucking Reddit, bro. You know what I mean? Let's just watch this for a little bit.
I will say I understand where you're coming from, Ethan, just because, you know, I'm Mexican and I see racism, until especially more so now with Donald Trump, right? With people just kind of accepting just blatant hate for specifically Latinos in America and more specific undocumented immigrants here.
Let them have it, Black Ops.
It's also important, like, I agree with you and everything, but it's also important not to like, put random crazies, like, not to give
These are not random. These are not random crazy.
I understand who you're criticizing. You're criticizing
This has 2,000
and you're
upvotes. This
criticizing
has
the people
2,000
that
upvotes.
Southern. I agree with that.
This has 2,000 upvotes.
I know, but it's still not enough to like think something random people. If I spend all my time,
I'm sorry. I feel like you guys are you guys are gaslighting a little bit. I feel like. I don't think these are part of the socialist movement. This is a big part of it. Hassan fucks with these guys. That should concern people. He sits down with these guys multiple times a year and chops it up with them.
Yeah.
That's a fuck.
He's like such an out-of-touch grandpa. Like, it has 2,000 upvotes on Reddit. Hassan sits with these guys. He hangs out with them. Yeah. Like, oh my God, Ethan. Oh my God, this has been such a sad arc. Such a sad and pathetic story arc. I cannot wait for this to be over. I can't wait to stop fucking having to watch these clips. Oh my God.
I'm sorry, that's fucked up.
I'm coming from the angle of the impact that it actually had on election day.
I don't think it affected the election that much, and I'm not blaming anyone because we lost too hard. But I am disturbed by the growing relevance that I see people like this having, and Hassan has a direct influence on people like this, and it's fucking maddening to see.
Anyways, Ethan said he's done. Hopefully he's done. That was the update. Hey folks, it's Anthony from the future again. That's right, we have a double update. This is an inception of updates from the future. I should just do the show live from now on. Look, Ethan and Hassan can't stop going at it. I just talked about how Ethan put up a story that like, yo, I'm done talking about Hassan. Well, I might have done a little oopsie, folks. I was just talking about the UF Ganal clip where Ela and Ethan are calling him a really good guy in the moderating force after he had said that all Gazans were human animals and they wanted to cut off food, water, electricity, etc. Well, yesterday after recording, I took that clip and I was like, why don't I just put it on Twitter and Reddit and kind of see what happens, because it is a pretty damning clip of Ethan. So I did put up a tweet, and here it is. Eli Clyde from H3 calls Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant a really good guy. And then I quoted, you know, I've ordered a complete siege, etc., etc. So it got a lot of traction. It's at over 1,000 likes. It got almost like 200 retweets and shit. Everybody saw it. It got to Ethan. It got to Hassan, more importantly. So let's watch Hassan calling out Ethan and Eli on the Yoav Gallant clip. And it laid, like, Hassan went on like a 2-hour fucking... He just went out on Ethan and H3. He just let off. He went off and finally said everything that he's been bottling up for so long. So if you want to see that, we can't cover everything that Hassan said, but I'm sure you'll find re-uploads on YouTube or even on his stream. He just went off on Ethan and he said everything that we've all wanted him to say. It was a beautiful moment for following H3 fans and snarkers.
At an hour of the content we've made carefully criticizing him, this is the clip he finally decides to watch. What a pathetic coward. Or maybe it's because finally the fucking election, which you know, was perhaps a little bit more significant for someone like myself, a political commentator, and not one that is just LARPing as one for a little bit and crashing the fuck out in the process by regurgitating talking points you're getting from fucking Destiny, running your own like McCarthyist operation for some weird reason. Now I do have the adequate bandwidth and time and place to be able to actually fucking look at how stupid any of this nonsensical bullshit is. Oh my God. If you don't want people to think you're a Zionist, then fucking stop saying insane shit. What the fuck? Richie Torres, 5 days out from an election, alongside Ethan Klein and Destiny, these guys who are like supposedly progressive, supposedly, you know, pro-democratic party, they were so invested in making sure that this list did not have one single progressive person on it. Talk to me about your fucking priorities, please. Talk to me about your fucking priorities. 5 days out from a fucking election. You think it would have been more successful if Twitch banned me?
Spring mine spotted.
You think it would have been better overall?
But let's just watch this part where, again, Hassan gives me another shout out, folks. I didn't even, like, he just recognized my face on Twitter. I love you, Hassan.
But yeah, I saw this as well. This is from the Don't Worry Pod, the guys in Lebanon that I platformed before.
We love you.
A lot, and BB's become a lot like Trump.
Yeah, BB's his guy. They're like homies. BB's celebrating last night.
Just the other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about, and he fired him because they had a disagreement, and that's like so Trump code.
He was like a moderating voice in the war room.
Yeah.
The person that they're talking about is Yoav Gallant. Yoav Gallant, alongside Benjamin Netanyahu, has an active petition for his arrest by the ICC. Now, of course, the Israeli government and the American government have been able to actively suppress this investigation from the ICC, the International Criminal Court. ICJ is prosecuting Israel. ICC prosecutes people for war crimes. Prosecutor Karim Khan has launched an investigation into both Yoav Gallant, the defense minister that they're talking about right now, that Benjamin Netanyahu just fired, and Benjamin Netanyahu for war crimes. Okay? The person that they are talking about.
It's like 7 a.m. on Friday, by the way, just so you guys know. That's why I look the way I do. Yeah.
About here, before getting fired by Benjamin Netanyahu, the person that they're calling a moderating voice said this, which is the reason why there is an active petition, an active application for a warrant for his arrest by the ICC. I have ordered a complete siege on Gaza. No electricity, no food, no fuel, no water. Everything is closed. We are fighting human animals.
Yep. That's why I was shocked.
Act accordingly.
I was shocked when Ela said that.
That is not a good guy. I'm sorry. It's not.
Yep.
And it's like shocking to see Ethan say this stuff.
Yeah.
And he got rid of him, or at least a more moderate voice. I don't know anything about the guy. Just recognize his picture. He looked me.
I don't know how you don't know anything about Yoav Gallant, brother. This has been 12 months.
Such a good point.
12 months. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, who has once again an active court case against him for war crimes by the ICC. He is mentioned by name.
Mean.
Yeah. The fact that they don't know that, like the fact that Ethan has been watching Israeli news for the past year and has no idea who Yoav Gallant is kind of insane. And Ela as well. Like, aren't they supposed to be the Israelis to give us the Israeli perspective and etc.? They're just completely blind to it. Also, like Bad Empanada, like got wind of the clip and he made a react video to it. Ethan's basement. He used to make literally Ethan and H3 fan videos. Just dropped a video like criticizing Ethan. Hassan reacted to it. Ethan's subreddit is turning on them. I have like a post, I think, of their subreddit. Here you go. Like, this is from Twitter. The H3 Productions mods deleted a post that was calling out Ethan and Ela for saying that Yoav Gallant was a really good guy. When I saw that clip, like when I was watching the footage of their post-election episode, I was like, damn, is she talking about Yoav Gallant? And no one had clipped it. No one had noticed it because I spent some time on Reddit. People were clipping different things from that episode. I'm like, I'm pretty sure she's just calling Yoav Gallant a really good guy. Let me just clip that and see what happens. And World War III, folks, Jesus. So yeah, you have H3 fans now in their own H3 subreddit telling them like, yo, how could you say that Yoav Gallant is a good guy? And they're deleting their posts. So this is someone from the H3 official subreddit. He says, this man wanted to cut off food and electricity for all people in Gaza. You don't do that no matter who you're fighting unless you're a monster. And no, sorry, the idea that there's anyone good in Netanyahu's war cabinet is ridiculous. This got deleted off of the main H3 subreddit. So they're like not accepting any dissenting voices, zero criticism. That's it. And let's see what happened on Ethan's Instagram stories, bro. He started coping and defending UF Gallant like really hard. This is what he said at first. He says, Hila doesn't know a lot about politics, but she knows that Gallant is opposed to Bibi and wants to end the war. Okay, first of all, if you have no idea who Gallant is, and if Hila has no idea who Gallant is and doesn't know anything about politics, why are you guys doing a politics commentary show on YouTube? Why are you commentating about politics if you don't even know the basics, like who your defense minister is? And if he's a good guy or not, and if he said we should murder all, and if he said like we should, starve all Gazans and they're human animals, shouldn't you have that minimum bit of information? Like, this is just insane to me. Here's another post. He says, this quote, he's talking about the human animals that we're fighting and we have to starve them and shit. He says, this quote is from October 8th and is a direct response to the October 7 attacks. I think it's a reasonable assumption that he was talking about the Hamas militants that killed civilians the day before. It is not a reasonable assumption. Only Zionists make that assumption, Ethan. Either way, this is the guy in Bibi's war cabinet that wanted to end the war, and he was just fired. If you care about war, if you care about ending the war, then you agree with Hila. It's not that simple. Ethan is trying to apply 2-year-old math. 1 + 1 = 2. If you think that means you must agree with that. No, Ethan. Someone who said that we're going to starve all Gazans, we're going to cut off food, water, electricity, is not a good guy, bro. This is not a moderating voice, but this is how extreme Israelis are, bro. This is how extremist their country is, that this fucking guy is considered a moderate. This fucking dude who's like, let's starve all these motherfuckers. He's a chill moderate. He's a really good guy, apparently. Then Ethan drops this. He shares the clip of Hassan reacting to the tweet. And he's like, Hassan is a pathetic propagandist. He doesn't give a single fuck about any nuance. We never said we oppose ICC arrest warrant. If he did war crimes, good, investigate him. And by characterizing him as simply the bad guy, without acknowledging he's trying to end the war, you are prolonging the war and empowering radical pro-war voices in government. Yeah, so again, it's Hassan's fault. It's leftists' fault that we're prolonging the war, not fucking crazy genocidal UF Gallant and Zionists like Ethan and Hila that support him. We're the fucking freaks. We're the problem. Hassan does not give a fuck. Anyone getting news from him should try Googling and reading an article without the filter of absolute bullshit. Again, Ethan's been losing followers, subscribers, all that good stuff. Then he says, also, I think it's amazing that the hour of content we made clearly criticizing him, this is the clip he finally decided to watch. What a pathetic coward. And then someone said, no more talking about Hassan lasted 30 minutes. And Ethan goes like, yeah, he ripped into my wife for 10 minutes, so no shit, I'm going to respond. And even now, as I record this, Ethan is recording an Ethan Klein response video, which I'm not going to have time to respond to. Even if he calls me by name in that video, I might have to do a little update. But even if he calls me by name, I got no time. I got to send this to Elijah. We got to edit this into the episode. If Ethan says anything relevant that I have to address, I'll have to address it next week. We got to send this in. We got to do the episode. But anyways, I caused World War III. I'm sorry, guys, or you're welcome. I think it was an important clip that needed to be out there. I'm glad that the people that needed to find it found it, like Hassan, Bad Empanada. Go off, yo. We need to just expose these people for who they are. Unfortunately, they're not listening to their fans. We've tried every single way to make them listen and understand. And yeah, their actions are speaking louder than their words. No more updates.
What he said and what he's done should very well be investigated by the International Criminal Court. And if he's found, he should submit it to an investigation. If he's found guilty, then charge him. But what I am saying is that I think that while Hila misspoke and said he's a good guy, her intention was that, this guy is trying to end the war. And I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page as that being a good thing.
I feel like the reason I brought it up was mainly to express the frustration with Bibi and him firing the one guy that was somewhat, attempting at moderation. There wasn't really so much to say, Gallant is a good guy. I shouldn't have used that word. That was a bad choice on my part, considering stuff that you said that I was not even thinking of. Really comes from a concerning feeling of like, you have Trump in office and Bibi just fired the guy that is opposing him. That's all I was trying to say, but I do understand that was not a good choice of words, and I would not have said that again. So I'm stepping away for a little while from being on camera and being on the podcast. It's too much, and it's not fair for everybody. And yeah.
Aligning with all these fucking drama peddlers like Keemstar and shit in an effort to try and get me fucking banned is psychotic to me, I just don't get it. I don't understand it.
What a fucking liar, dude. What a Weasley little fucking liar. He's just straight up lying. He's just lying right now. In fact, this is the lie that he keeps saying, is that I'm somehow aligning myself with Keemstar. Agree with and have openly said terrible things about, including Keemstar. So like the way that he singles him out and says, oh, Ethan is co-signing Keemstar, is he's a fucking liar, dude. He's a Weasley little liar.
Holy shit, this is insane. Look, I was just trolling and I forgot that you asked a lot of clips I say on Twitter. I did not know it was going to cause a literal war. Ethan's in his basement slamming his fist. Amazing, going crazy. You can hear his dog barking in the back if you can hear that. Ethan, go feed your dog. Stop making videos. This is insane. I'm just sitting in Lebanon, chilling, putting out videos on Twitter and ruining Ethan's night. Hila's not going to be on the podcast anymore. I did not know this was going to cause all of this. It's kind of crazy to think that. Anyways, there's some more. Ethan talked about Hezbollah. Let's hear what he had to say about that.
I'm going to give you guys a crash course on Hezbollah. Let's start back from the beginning. 1983 suicide truck bombing of the U.S. Embassy in Beirut. 45 embassy staff were killed.
As you guys have noticed, Ethan conveniently started the story of Hezbollah in 1983, completely overlooking the fact that in 1978, Israel invaded Lebanon, and in 1982, Israel also invaded Lebanon. Hezbollah was founded in 1982 as a direct response to Israel invading Lebanon and as a resistance force. So, Ethan, nice try. So yeah, that was the H3 election coverage. It was really awkward, it's really uncomfortable. It's starting to hit Ethan and Hila, what's happening, and like everyone turning on them, and like Philip DeFranco and Anthony Fantano and the rest of the internet. And like, I don't know what's going to happen. Their views are going down. Their subscribers are still going down. I don't know. Yeah, we've yet to hear from Frogan or the Arabs. They've yet to make the comeback episode, so we're waiting for that.
I missed them.
It doesn't seem, yeah, we miss him too. It doesn't seem like Ethan is going to stop talking about his son anytime soon. I hope he can stop talking about Ethan again. H3 following fans, H3 snarkers, we don't expect to hear from Ethan and H3 every single week on this show, but I think it's still relevant right now and he's still kind of losing it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Did you guys watch the H3 election coverage? I did not. And finally, let's get to some Love is Blind, folks. Love is Blind, Habibi. Doing great on Netflix and stuff. A quick sort of like just a full disclosure. I work at a reality TV, like a company. I work in reality TV. I'm in the field. I know some of the people that worked on Love is Blind, Habibi. I know someone called Julien, a friend of mine, who I used to work with in the past. He was one of the story producers on the show. Congratulations to Julien. They did an amazing job. I'll be honest with you guys. You might not know it by looking at me, but I'm a big fan of Love is Blind. I think it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I've seen a bunch of the US versions of the show. I've seen the UK version of the show. I think it's fun because like you see all these desperate people, like young people in their 20s who should not be worried about finding a wife or a husband, like just desperate to find love and overlooking all of these obvious red flags. You know what I mean? Just like these fucking red flags. They just don't look at them. They ignore them just because they just so want to find a husband or a wife. You know what I mean? And it's just, I love it when they finally reunite and they're not happy with how the other looks, and then you put them in a house together and then they hate each other and they have to live together. All that drama is great. Once they get to going to buy the dresses and buying the suits and the weddings, I skip all of that. I don't see any of that.
Yeah,
I just watch the beginning when they're meeting, when you put them together in a house and like all of the shit falling apart. Then I just skip to see who said I do and who said I don't. I don't watch any of the actual ceremonies. And then obviously we watch the reunions. So I've seen a lot of Love is Blind. But I'm kind of an expert on the show, I'd like to say. Like that's it. I know the format elements. I know what makes it unique. I know what makes the show popular. So I was curious, like, are they going to be able to nail the vibe of the show? Are they going to be able to do justice to Love is Blind? And I'm happy to say that they did. Like, it's a super fun show. I think the best thing they did was honestly the casting. Like, they nailed shows like this live and die on the cast. If you find good characters that you can like and like make memes out of and get attached to, and I think they
or dislike.
Yeah, love or dislike, love to hate or hate to love. And I think they really nailed the casting, like characters like, I forgot their names, were like Shafi, Usimo, and like Noor, the Lebanese girl. Like, they're hilarious, they're crazy, you know what I mean? So finding a great cast is half the battle, but then you gotta make, okay, you can get the best cast ever, but then you gotta get them to create good entertainment. And look, for the most part, it was a fun-ass show. Like, I binged the whole thing. The reunion was fucking crazy. The fights were like, there was a fight between like Shafiq and like Sima. I love that they took them to Id Sands, by the way, in Lebanon. Like, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, that can't be Id Sands, bro. They took them to Id Sands for their vacation. They took them to like Crepri for like a fucking date. Bijunia. It's super funny. Like, I love seeing that. And like, obviously there's some differences in the format. So like in the States or like in Europe, after the couples get engaged, they move in together in like a bungalow on vacation. They take them to Mexico, they take them to Greece, and they live together. Here we're in the Middle East, we're a little bit more conservative. they're not gonna be moving in together. So like the men had their own hotel rooms, the women lived separately. They had their own hotel rooms. That was kind of funny to see. In the Western versions, they're always drinking like alcohol, so they have these golden cups, so you can't tell the levels of water, so that for continuity when they're editing, you don't see changing levels of water all the time. Here, they can't be drinking alcohol, so that you clearly see like a bottle of water next to like their golden cup, so that no one gets the wrong idea that they're drinking alcohol, or you see like a bottle of juice or water, they're not drinking alcohol. So that's kind of funny. There was the whole dancing thing, like the guy who wouldn't let his fiance dance, and she had to choose between dancing and him.
What's crazy about that is that they had this point very clear from when they were still in the pods. Yeah, and she wants to dance, he doesn't want his wife to dance, and they still proposed and walked.
Yeah. So many red flags. Like they talk about things like so. Like briefly in the pods, and then they end up being like these really big problems. Like, and you're like, bro, aren't you like, didn't you guys talk or whatever? And like the girl, the dude that was a little bit chubby, I forgot their names. One of them was like, I like men that are like, they go to the gym that are like very fit. Esma. And then she meets the dude who's like a little bit chubby, and I just felt so bad for him.
Just like hiding her face the entire.
But like he told her, he's like, yo, I'm a little chubby. Like I haven't been going to the gym recently, so you know, you might not like what you see. And then she's like, fuck it, I'm down. And then she sees him, and she's like disappointed, and she can't hide her disappointment. Like,
she could not hide it.
Like he told you, I just felt so bad for him. What else was interesting? Like
the reunion episode was crazy. How they started mocking each other.
The reunion was wild, and I actually did kind of feel bad for Noor. Like the Lebanese because they all ganged up on her, and the hosts. Look, there's one thing about Love Is Blind that was bad. The hosts. That was the only complaint I had. Like the hosts were like a black hole of charisma. Like if there's any energy in the room, it would get sucked out by the hosts. So, like they were horrific, and they did nothing to properly sort of let the reunion like move along. They just kind of let everyone insult Noor at first, and then they felt like it was getting too much, and like they decided to like step in. So I felt like the hosts, particularly the male host, like the husband, he was just a black hole of charisma. Like that guy has negative charisma. That was the worst part of the show, I think, easily. And the men were so toxic though. Like on that show, like they all just like walk, like they would feel insulted, and like you just like constantly walk away and leave without saying goodbye. Like Mido did that, Simo did that. Everyone just like, you insulted my pride. You can't dance. Like just constant red flags. There's tons of red flags. Even on the women's side, like too, like a bunch of fucking red flags there. So. But great cast, very entertaining.
And the couple that made it, we won't say who.
There was a couple that made it, yeah.
They're very cute.
Very cute, kind of boring. Super
because
boring.
I feel like they're like the actual focused adults that actually want to get married.
The couples that make it, no one watches Love Is Blind to see the couples that make it. We all watch for the disasters, for the red flags, for the reunions that go bad. Like this is, I don't care. Like any couple that makes it to me.
They're so cute.
They're boring. They're not interesting. I want Noor and Simo and Mido and all these little fuckers. And it's the first time I hear the name Mido, by the way. Very distracting.
I think his name is Muhammad, but because there was another Muhammad, so
they called him Mido. Weird. It was weird. I kept thinking about Nido, the milk, and he was very short, so it's like I kept making the association with milk.
Is a popular nickname for Muhammad.
It is? Oh, I did not know that. But did you guys watch Love Is Blind, Habibi? I'm interested to know what you guys thought of it. I think, honestly, they did a very good job. And knowing the format, it's such a known show, and I've seen so many seasons. I knew what to expect, and I knew what they had to hit. And I felt like they hit everything they needed to hit to make it fun. The cast was super fun. Pressure's on for season 2. Like, you gotta find a cast that can, like, compete with these guys. It's like, Shafi is fucking crazy.
I feel like they didn't put much effort because it's very easy to get these
good
Arab
content.
characters.
Yeah,
especially in the Middle East, I think.
I mean, all Arabs have huge personalities.
But like Shafi, he started off like I liked him. He was funny, but like he's so toxic and immature.
Yeah,
like by the end of it, and especially in the reunion, like he felt like a 6-year-old little boy. Like
Yeah,
I don't know
100%.
how that relationship is going because that dude is crazy immature.
Yeah, at first him and Dunya were very cute, but then it got fucked.
Yeah, it got pretty annoying. And a lot of toxic men on that show. Definitely. Interesting to see the little changes they made to the format to make it fit to the culture. But yeah,
Make it halal.
if you guys have seen it, let us know what you thought of it in the comments. I thought it was very entertaining, and I'd be excited to watch another season. And I'm currently watching the newest American season of the show.
I don't like the American ones. I really liked the UK one.
The UK one was very good. The UK one was very funny. I actually really enjoyed the UK
Because I
one.
also feel like they're more genuine characters.
Yeah.
Because the American ones, I just feel they just want to get be a reality star.
Americans are too desperate for marriage. Like, they're the ones that feel, I'm like, what is wrong? Like, you guys, you get so much. Like, you're so young. You're 23. Why do you need a wife at 23? But anyway, if you guys saw Let Us Buy Habibi, let us know in the comments. And don't judge me for watching dating reality shows. This show is my one like guilty pleasure that I enjoy. I sit down and you can't bother me. Anyways, folks, this has been a long one. Sorry for going a little extra long. Sorry for the crew. They're pretty exhausted. Let me just thank our brand new patrons one more time. Your mom, Tusk Fang, Jordan Melhalf, Brandy Chadwick, Chuck Norris, Hot Ham Radio, Gay Communism Will Win, and our blog patrons like Selma, Skensters, Gloria Zabaleta, Preston Kroll, Melissa, Fuck You Ethan, Kaja Jarf, Jorge Rosa, Edmund Tom, Kisarek, Pro Materiat, and Fabian Musa. All of these Lebanese people clearly joining our Patreon. All these Arab names. We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. It really makes a much bigger difference than you could ever imagine. We cannot do this without you. The show cannot exist without you guys. Thank you so much. And as always, folks.
They're taking C. We're losing Alpha.
Capturing the objective of test.
Losing A. Losing B.
Assault pack available.
We lost B. Taking Alpha. Controlling Bravo.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you guys already know how I feel about Black Ops 6 when it comes to the brand new content from the game.
Securing B.
This was a police officer who got sprayed with pepper spray by a thief. But that's nothing compared to other attacks caught on camera you are about to see. Because there are even officers who had to run away from crazed criminals to save their lives.
What's going on? Just a guy in. Make sure you have no weapon on you. What's going on today? He's delusional. Okay. He's delusional. And you have a history of that? No, I don't. You said delusional? No. Yeah, well, just
taking Bravo underway.
Just banging on the house.
Established overhead.
Why do you think it's banging on the house? Because you got some like little home invasion and still going on, and they fight quiet and you can't hear them all the way. That's what it is. There's someone in the house. I mean, we're quiet right now. Yes, there's somebody in this house. Yes, it is, and it's not just me. It's a home invasion for real. You want us to look? I mean, you're gonna have to go through the attic or something. So you're hearing people in the attic? It's about everywhere, but I'm not playing no more. Okay.
Losing Bravo.
Okay. So I'm just telling you what it is. It's a home invasion. Okay. So that's what it is, and it's not me. You're scared because you hear people in your house. Okay, yeah. I understand that. Yeah, that's 100% what it is. Okay. Does your mom hear those people?
Oh, she definitely does. I'm not playing. And he's serious about it. The police have no idea he's hiding a knife in his pocket that he's about to use. This is 30-year-old Tyler who struggles with mental health issues and frequently experiences psychotic episodes. This time he's convinced someone broke into his house, which is why he's carrying the knife. His mother, knowing how unpredictable he can be, calls the police out of fear for her own safety, hoping they can stop Tyler before he completely loses control and harms her too.
You sit down, I'm looking at it if you want me to. I mean, I'll take this. You know, hey, I'm right here. But you hear people saying they're in here, and I'm not playing. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, bro. I'm telling you, it's a home invasion. If it's coming at me and my safety, I'm not playing with nobody. If y'all on my side, because y'all know I'm not going to lie to you like that, yes. If y'all going at me crazy like that, yes, I'm going to be on. I'm telling you that. Your plan is simple. Is worried about you. She's not worried. She's everything around because she's trying to get me set up. Because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. I don't feel safe with your medication. I don't have medication. Exactly. No one should be on this. Yes, no. Yes, you should. You always have been on medication. So you don't hear those people talking on the side. I've been here with social workers before. You don't hear nothing. You're hearing things that aren't here. I hate to tell you that. We need to go talk to somebody. Your mother's afraid. I'm absolutely gonna be afraid of me. Yes. Yes. She is. I don't feel safe with you anymore. I don't feel safe anymore with you, Tyler. You have to go. You have to go. I don't feel safe anymore. You know it's a female talking. Hear her. You acting dumb. Come on now. Come on now, y'all. I ain't that disrespectful. You can hear somebody. That's me talking. No, you want me? Okay. We don't want to take you out of here. Please. Okay? Hang on, please. All right, let's go.
This is the moment when Tyler tried to stab the officer. Luckily, he only scratched him, and the officer was able to go to the hospital on his own to get the wound stitched up.
Get that knife out of his hand. Start a medic. Three, I need a medic. Stabbed in the back.
Scanning area, scout folks.
Okay, on it. Arm, don't put up yet. Get a hold of that arm. Over for me. Go ahead. Start twisting it. No, don't move. Hold on. You stay on. Get that arm twisted. Y'all know it's a control that arm. I got a leg. Y'all know it's a home invasion. We're getting light now.
Hostile scout pulse in your AO.
Take me out of here.
Take it easy.
It's a home.
Scout pulse out.
Yeah, there you go. Down.
Who's in charge?
He's in custody. Listen, I know.
Dig in and up.
Is anybody in the house except for him?
No.
There's a bunch of people in this house. It's over. I lost.
Tyler was charged with felonious assault, resisting arrest, and obstructing. He was sentenced to 8 to 12 years in prison. Now you'll meet 22-year-old Ethan Lane, a golf course groundskeeper from Key West, Florida. One day he stole a tractor and drove it onto a college campus with the intent to kill 2 students. Police were called immediately, and then Ethan did this.
Bravo. Way to make me proud.
Shots fired! Get on the ground! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Across the DOT. Get your hands behind your back! I'm sorry. Sorry for what? You almost kill me. I'm sorry. Okay, well that's not the way to go about it, bro. I'm sorry. Did you get hit? No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got threatened, and I wanted to kill check and make sure everybody back here is good. My aim was that way. Make sure there's everybody back here. I'm first. I wanted to kill them. They had to pay. Oh, check what? Just there's people in the background there. Just make sure everybody back here is okay.
My life! I had it good! And now...
Yeah, well...
I'm gone. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Look at me. Look at my car, man. I'm okay. I'm all right, man.
I won't do anything, I swear.
Sit up.
Sorry, you good?
Yeah, I'm
You
fine.
get shot?
Fine. No.
You fine?
Yeah, he veered right into my... I was off to the side. He went into my truck or my car on purpose.
I'm going to go back to the college and secure that.
Yeah.
At the back of the
Check that out.
Okay.
Talk to witnesses. Victims over there.
Hotel, Alpha November.
How you doing, man? Too late.
Stop. Don't make it worse than it already is, ma'am. I don't care.
Please, sir. Please, sir. Please, sir. Please, sir. Please.
Metro, she's running from me. Start them quick. She's in the store still. We're out back in the parking lot, still running.
So, this woman was very determined not to go to jail after getting caught shoplifting by a police officer. Her determination was clear. She even had pepper spray on her, which she planned to use to disable the officer and make her get away.
You catching more charges, man. You catching more charges.
Get away from me. I can't go to jail. I can't go to jail. I can't go to jail. I can't go to jail.
You spray me with that shit, I'm gonna put you in jail.
You gonna put me in jail anyway?
Felony.
Get away from me.
God almighty me. Metro, she just sprayed me with mace. She's in a white sedan, fleeing in the car. I should have just slammed her on the ground and quit playing with her.
7929 Capricorn. It's gonna be a black expedition and
That's a lesson learned right there.
What was her last direction of travel? Which way did she go?
That's her purse.
This is her purse?
That's her purse.
The police found her ID in her bag and immediately headed to her home address. There they spotted her next to her car and she took off right away. During the chase, she sped through a residential area at over 100 miles per hour, eventually crashing into a pond.